First on my list in random order is Floowandereeze, still despite all its hits, will give a hard time for most meta decks that are focused on links, since the archetype's boss monster, Empin, prevents monsters in attack position that were special summoned from activating, meaning all link monsters. And if that wasn't enough, Empin has battle protection as well, so they can't just summon a big monster to attack. Your turn 1 is generally centered about Rabina and searching it, since it's your 1-card combo. You easily set up Empin in Dreaming Town, which then sets up either Avian for an Omni Negate or Ryza for 2 spins, while also flipping your opponent's field face down while you're at it thanks to Dreaming Town's second effect. And I didn't even mention yet that this deck is immune to Max C since all these summons are normal summons. And after doing all these normal summons, you just do it again during your opponent's turn. The hand advantage that this deck generates is also up there with one of the best due to the constant normal summoning and searching every turn. Next on my list is Horus Stun, which is a stun deck that can also go first to floodgate your opponent. If you go first, you aim to summon all your Horus monsters, then tribute summoning for a floodgate, while also setting up Coach King to draw 3, which is unheard of for most decks. You're also able to utilize your rank 8 toolbox in case you didn't draw your floodgate turn 2. You generally flood the field with Horus monsters for an easy OTK, or with Drag Lubian into Numeran Dragon, making this deck extremely versatile. You also use cards like Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, and Triple Tactics Talent to help you go second. Next we have Umi Control, a floodgate deck that basically prevents your opponent from controlling non-water monsters, utilizing all the broken generic water support to search for your floodgate. This deck is extremely annoying to play against, because even if you have a way to deal with Karyushin, they can banish it with C Stealth attack and bring it back next turn, and you also can't attack over it because of C Stealth, basically locking you down from playing the game. No surprise here, now we have Stun, where you just normal summon a floodgate that prevents special summoning, set your entire hand, and slowly poke your opponent until you win. Duels with this deck generally last over 10 turns, but duels still don't take long because all your opponent is doing is passing their turn back to you. Since the release of Time-Tearing Morganite, It means that if you don't defeat stun in one turn, you lose, because the advantage they generate of drawing 2 every turn and normal summoning twice gets overwhelming very fast. This deck also uses board breakers like Evenly Matched and Super Poly to help with going second. Next we have Kashtira, which has an extra deck floodgate that's easy to summon with this deck, making it probably the most consistent deck to bring a floodgate out since you don't have to search it, and with the current meta heavily relying on Grave, it's Kashtira's time to shine. Kashtira can easily summon Arise Heart in under 4 summons to play around Nibiru, or if you want to be more toxic, it can set up 2 Shangri-Ira to lock all your opponent's monster zones in 2 turns, all while also having amazing recovery thanks to cards like Kashtira Birth and Kashtira Preparations. However, the deck can brick sometimes due to all its cards being hit on the ban list. And finally we have Exosister. I chose to include this deck instead of Dinomorphia simply because all of Yubel's monsters are 0 attack, so they don't care about Dinomorphia. As for Exosister, they can set up 3 banishes turn 1, They can X-seize during both turns, and the X-seize during your opponent's turn is usually to floodgate your opponent. They can lock you out from the grave. This deck plays Shifter. It's perfect in this meta. While it can struggle going second, Exosister does utilize cards like Evenly Matched to help. It also has an amazing boss monster in Magnifica, which is able to attack twice for easy OTK lines. Subscribe if this video helped. Here's my deck list. Thanks for watching.